Every war you fight, success, love, peace, begins inside your head. Before you lose your job, your hope, or your relationship, you lose your belief. Your thoughts alter your biochemistry, your perception, your energy, and ultimately your destiny. Today, science calls it neuroplasticity. Your brain rewires itself according to the thoughts you repeat. If you constantly think, "I can't," your neurons literally strengthen that pattern. You become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Change your thoughts and you change your world. But how? Let's delve deeper. The starting point of all achievement is belief, not arrogance, but conviction. Peale insists that most people fail not because they're incapable, but because they've accepted the lie that they are. They've internalized someone else's doubt, a parent's criticism, a teacher's humiliation, a boss's dismissal, and built their life around it. He gives a practical rule: act as if it were impossible to fail, and your brain will start finding ways to make it true. Psychologists call it the self-efficacy effect. People who believe they can change are exponentially more likely to succeed, not because of luck, but because belief changes behavior, focus, and resilience. Ask yourself, how many dreams have I killed before even trying? Who taught me to doubt myself, and why am I still obeying them? Faith in yourself isn't delusion. It's a decision to stop surrendering to fear disguised as realism. Most people are not tired, they're tense. They run on caffeine and anxiety, mistaking adrenaline for energy. But chronic tension leaks power. It's a silent sabotage. He explains that your mind is like a battery. It loses charge when filled with resentment, worry, and anger. Inner conflict drains more energy than physical labor. Today we know this scientifically. Stress hormones like cortisol destroy focus, memory, and immune strength. That's why burnout isn't about working too much. It's about thinking too negatively. His antidote: stillness, prayer, meditation, solitude, or even conscious breathing. The mind recharges in silence, not noise. Ask yourself, when was the last time I was truly still? What mental noise am I addicted to because silence would force me to face myself? Calm is not weakness. It's the highest form of strength. Here, Peale connects the dots between faith and vitality. He noticed that people who genuinely believe in what they're doing rarely feel exhausted. Why? Because purpose creates biochemical energy. Neuroscience now confirms it. Dopamine, the motivation molecule, spikes when we move toward meaningful goals. It's not coffee that fuels us, it's conviction. Peale argues that most fatigue is spiritual, not physical. You're not overworked, you're under-inspired. He urges people to stop living mechanically and reconnect with meaning. His formula for energy: believe in your mission, stop complaining. Negativity poisons energy faster than sleepless nights. Refuse to dwell on fears. Fear tightens the body and blocks flow. If you woke up every day knowing your time is running out, would you still waste energy complaining? Peale says prayer is thought with direction. It's aligning your mind with the idea of strength instead of weakness. He reframes prayer as mental training, a daily discipline that programs your subconscious for confidence, peace, and clarity. Whether you call it prayer, visualization, or affirmations, the principle is the same. Whatever you dwell on expands. Your brain's reticular activating system literally filters reality to match your dominant thoughts. So if you wake up saying, "I expect good things today," your mind starts scanning for proof. If you wake up saying nothing ever works out, it finds that proof instead. Ask yourself, what am I unconsciously praying for every day with my thoughts? Am I feeding faith or fear? The true power of prayer isn't begging the universe, It's reprogramming yourself to expect greatness instead of disaster. Peale destroys the myth that happiness is found, it's built. Happiness is not a gift, it's a habit. He points out that unhappy people often talk, think and act in ways that guarantee misery, constant comparison, resentment and self-pity. Modern psychology calls this the negativity bias. The brain evolved to focus on threats, not blessings. Gratitude literally rewires this tendency, boosting serotonin and dopamine. Stop complaining, out loud and in thought. Deliberately practice kindness. The mind can't stay bitter while helping others. Repeat positive statements until they overwrite the old scripts of fear and inferiority. If your mind is a garden, what have you been planting? Weeds or fruit? Believe in yourself. Guard your inner peace. Live with purpose. Focus your mind like a weapon. Practice happiness like discipline. None of it happens by chance. You become powerful the moment you take responsibility for the energy you create, inside and out. Your mind is either your worst enemy or your greatest ally. And the world will always mirror whichever one you choose. Most people misunderstand positivity. They think it means ignoring pain, pretending everything's fine, or repeating, "I'm happy," like a broken record. Peale never said that. His version of positive thinking is mental realism with courage, seeing the facts as they are, yet choosing not to be crushed by them. It's not about denial, it's about dominion. The average person wakes up tense. Before breakfast, they've already imagined 10 problems that don't exist. Peale exposes this for what it is, a mental habit of fear. It's not work that kills people, it's worry. Modern medicine proves him right. Up to 90% of doctor visits are stress-related. Worry spikes cortisol, which inflames the body, weakens the immune system, and accelerates aging. Peale's strategy. Interrupt mental storms early. Don't let a thought snowball into panic. Speak calm into chaos. Replace "I can't handle this" with "I'll deal with this step by step." Breathe and release. Relaxation is not laziness, it's performance recovery. He teaches that composure is not natural, it's trained. And every time you refuse to fume and fret, you reclaim energy you didn't know you were wasting. Ask yourself, how many hours of my life have I spent replaying things I couldn't control? If peace was power, why am I choosing weakness every day? Peale dismantles the defeatist mindset that says, "Don't expect too much, you'll just be disappointed." That belief protects you from pain, but it also blocks your growth. Expect defeat and you attract it. Expect success and you create the conditions for it. It's not mystical, it's psychological conditioning. Your expectations shape your micro-behaviors, your tone, posture, persistence, even risk tolerance. If you expect failure, you hesitate, communicate insecurity and self-sabotage. If you expect success, you act bolder, and opportunities align with that confidence. Today, behavioral science calls this self-fulfilling prophecy. People rise or fall to the level of their expectations. When was the last time I truly expected something good and believed I deserved it? This chapter could be summed up in one word: resilience. Peale says the difference between the broken and the unbreakable is not luck, it's interpretation. When something goes wrong, the weak say, "This is the end." The strong say, "This is data." Stand up to your obstacles and do something about them. You will find they haven't half the strength you think they have. He warns that defeat is psychological first. The moment you internalize failure, it becomes reality. Neuroscience supports this. When the brain perceives hopelessness, it literally stops seeking solutions, a phenomenon called learned helplessness. The cure? Detach your identity from outcomes. Losing doesn't mean you are a loser. Redefine failure as feedback. Keep moving. Motion kills despair. Ask yourself, have I mistaken temporary defeat for permanent identity? What if everything that went wrong was training, not punishment? Worry is the mind rehearsing failure. Peale warns that chronic worry is not harmless. It's toxic imagination. Worry is a form of negative faith. It's belief in disaster instead of belief in possibility. Each thought you repeat creates a mental groove. The more you worry, the more your brain becomes addicted to anxiety. You start to feel uneasy when there's nothing wrong because your nervous system craves its favorite drug, fear. His solution: empty your mind of fear daily. Write it, pray it, or talk it out, but don't let it sit inside you. Fill it immediately with faith, gratitude, and vision. The mind cannot stay empty. Limit exposure to negativity. Stop consuming fear through news and pessimistic people. Modern cognitive behavioral therapy echoes this exactly. Awareness, interruption, replacement. If I spoke to my best friend the way I speak to myself, would they still want me around? Peale teaches a psychological paradox. You can't think your way out of anxiety. You must act your way out. When you sit still and ruminate, worry multiplies. Action interrupts the cycle. He tells readers to get up and do anything productive: serve, clean, learn, help others, build. The mind can't sustain despair while it's in motion with purpose. This aligns with modern neuroscience. Movement releases endorphins, resets the nervous system, and recenters focus. That's why depressed people often feel worse in inactivity. Energy without outlet becomes poison. He says, fear knocked at the door, faith answered, and no one was there. What problem am I feeding by overthinking instead of acting? What if motion, not meditation, is what my soul needs today? Stop wasting energy on imaginary problems. Expect better, or prepare to live beneath your potential. Refuse to identify with defeat. Treat worry as an addiction. Starve it. Act your way back into confidence. Peale's message was decades ahead of psychology. The war isn't out there, it's inside your mind. Every thought you allow builds a world. So the question isn't whether your thoughts are powerful, it's whether you're brave enough to think the ones that make you unstoppable. By this point, Norman Vincent Peale has made something clear. Most of our suffering isn't caused by what happens to us, but by what we keep replaying inside us. You can't build a new life with the bricks of old pain. You can't find peace while worshipping your past. Don't let the present be hostage to the past. You cannot be free if you are constantly dragged backward by memory. He's talking about emotional time travel, the habit of reliving failures, betrayals, or shame until they become your identity. Psychology now calls this rumination, and it's one of the strongest predictors of depression. Your brain doesn't distinguish between a memory vividly recalled and a moment being lived. The body reacts the same. Peale's method to break it: face your past once, admit the truth, make peace with it. Forgive completely, not for them, for your own nervous system. Stop reopening the wound. Closure is a decision, not an event. He insists, no one ever became free by clinging to chains. Ask yourself, what am I still dragging that already died? How much of my exhaustion comes from carrying ghosts? Freedom starts when you stop checking the rearview mirror every minute. Peale learned this from a ship captain who explained how vessels are built. When one compartment floods, doors close to keep the rest afloat. He realized humans need the same design: Psychological watertight compartments. Shut out yesterday completely. Seal off tomorrow entirely. Live today fully. He argues that anxiety comes from time leakage, worrying about futures that haven't arrived, replaying yesterdays that can't be changed. Modern science confirms this. 47% of the time, people's minds wander, mostly to worries. And that wandering directly correlates with unhappiness. Harvard study, 2010. His technique. When overwhelmed, say, "All I have to do is get through these next 12 hours well." Repeat until peace returns. What if instead of trying to fix your life, you simply mastered your next 12 hours? Peace is found not in years, but in moments. Peale doesn't romanticize grief. He respects it, but refuses to let it devour life. He says, sorrow becomes destructive when it turns into self-pity, when you begin to identify as the one who lost. You can't prevent birds of sorrow from flying over your head, but you can prevent them from building a nest in your hair. He encourages people to transmute grief into service, help others in pain. That shift of focus channels suffering into healing. Today, therapists call this post-traumatic growth, the ability to find meaning after loss. Studies show that people who help others during mourning recover faster and live longer. Peale's message, sorrow handled with faith becomes compassion, sorrow without faith becomes bitterness. Ask yourself, is my grief honoring what I lost or chaining me to it? What could my pain teach others if I let it speak through love instead of despair? Here, Peale enters mind-body territory long before it was mainstream. He claims, and modern medicine agrees, that faith has measurable physiological effects. Patients who believe in recovery release healing hormones, experience lower inflammation, and show better immune response. It's not miracle thinking, it's psychoneuroimmunology. When the mind is at peace, the body follows. He tells stories of people cured after releasing resentment or guilt, because emotional toxins can manifest as physical ones. Belief and healing are not separate. Your cells are listening to your thoughts. Practice. Visualize your body healing instead of rehearsing illness. Forgive. Resentment is chronic inflammation of the soul. Speak health daily. The subconscious obeys repetition. If my body reflected my thoughts, what would it look like? Peale says exhaustion is rarely physical, it's spiritual depletion disguised as fatigue. He identifies the real cause: chronic negativity, resentment, boredom, lack of purpose. These drain vitality more than sleeplessness or labor. His health formula: feed the mind, read, reflect, pray, learn. Feed the body, rest, nutrition, movement. Feed the soul, love, gratitude, forgiveness. He warns against complaining. You can't fill your tank with poison and expect power. And he reminds, energy flows from meaning. The more aligned you are with your values, the stronger your nervous system becomes. Neuroscience confirms this. People with purpose show longer lifespan, lower stress hormones, and better cellular repair. Ask yourself, what really drains me? The work I do or the way I think about it? If my energy is feedback, what is it trying to tell me to change? Forgive and release your past, or it will poison your present. Live in day-tight compartments. Anxiety can't survive in now. Transform grief into purpose. Pain becomes power when shared. Faith heals, not as magic but through biological alignment. Energy is spiritual. Vitality follows purpose, not caffeine. Peace is power in disguise. You don't become strong by fighting everything. You become strong by mastering your inner climate. Because life won't get easier, you get deeper. And when your depth exceeds your chaos, that's when nothing external can shake you anymore. By now, Peale has led us through belief, discipline, calm, and healing. But mental power means little if it doesn't transform how you show up in the world. The last chapters are not about fake cheerfulness or people-pleasing. They're about the psychology of presence, how faith, calm, and integrity turn you into someone others naturally trust, respect, and feel uplifted by. Because the highest proof of a strong mind is how it treats others. Peale begins with a truth that hits hard. You see in others what you carry within yourself. If your mind is filled with suspicion, you'll find reasons to distrust. If it's filled with compassion, you'll find reasons to understand. He calls this the mirror principle. The world reflects your dominant inner state. Modern psychology confirms this through projection theory. We unconsciously attribute our own emotions and traits to others. That's why bitter people think everyone's fake, and peaceful people attract sincerity. Peale's practice is simple but radical. Train your perception. Look deliberately for one good quality in everyone you meet. Speak it out loud when possible. Watch how the relationship changes and how your own heart softens. He insists that believing in people lifts both them and you, because cynicism protects your ego but kills your soul. Ask yourself, do I see people as threats or as mirrors? How often do I choose judgment over understanding? Every interaction is an X-ray of your own inner world. This is one of Peale's most underrated insights. You can't think new thoughts with an old mind. He compares the mind to a house, dusty, cluttered, filled with old fears and hand-me-down beliefs. Your life changes when your thoughts change, but you must create room for them. He urges readers to actively renovate their thought life. Read inspiring material daily. Surround yourself with people who challenge your cynicism. Speak words that align with the person you want to become. Modern neuroscience backs this up. Repeated exposure to new ideas literally rewires synapses. Your inner dialogue becomes your neural architecture. So if your life feels repetitive, it's not fate, it's habit. Reflection. What ideas have I outgrown but still live by? When was the last time I upgraded my mind like I upgrade my phone? Transformation doesn't come from motivation, it comes from new mental programming. This chapter is a paradox. Power grows when you stop forcing it. Peale says, tension is trust in yourself, relaxation is trust in God. When you force outcomes, you're telling the universe, I don't believe it'll work unless I control it. When you relax, you signal faith, and your intuition, focus, and creativity unlock. Modern studies in performance psychology confirm this. Athletes and CEOs perform best in flow states. Relaxed concentration, not rigid control. Peale's method. Stop trying to impress. Breathe and affirm calm before major decisions. Release outcomes. Focus on right action, not results. He reminds us that nervous tension disguises itself as ambition, but it's really fear. True power feels light, not frantic. Ask yourself, am I working from fear of failure or love for excellence? What if ease, not effort, is the real mark of mastery? Peale dismantles the obsession with being liked, then shows how to be genuinely magnetic. The best way to be liked is to like people. He explains that warmth and authenticity are contagious nervous system responses. When you approach others with goodwill, your body language and tone signal safety. People relax, mirror it, and like you instinctively. No manipulation, just biology. He offers 3 timeless social principles. Show genuine interest. Ask questions that make others feel seen. Affirm rather than criticize. People bloom under recognition. Radiate calm confidence. Nervous energy repels, centeredness attracts. Today, social neuroscience confirms this. Oxytocin and mirror neurons create emotional synchrony between people who feel understood. So charisma isn't about looks or charm, it's about energy alignment. Do people feel safer or smaller after talking to me? Am I trying to impress or connect? You don't win hearts by performing, you win them by being real. The book closes with tenderness, Peale addressing the invisible wounds everyone hides. He acknowledges that even with faith, life hurts, betrayal, death, loneliness, disappointment. But his point is clear. Pain doesn't mean you failed, it means you're human. Don't nurse heartache. Release it, or it will possess you. He prescribes a triad for emotional healing. Acceptance. Stop fighting what happened. Surrender. Trust that pain can be used for growth. Reconnection. Turn outward to faith, to people, to purpose. He emphasizes that love and loss are two sides of the same human experience, and refusing pain also means refusing depth. Modern trauma research echoes this. Emotional healing begins when you stop resisting reality and start integrating it. Ask yourself, what if the heartbreak wasn't a punishment but a doorway? What version of me is trying to emerge through this pain? By the end, the power of positive thinking isn't about blind optimism. It's about spiritual realism. It's not the power to escape life's storms, but to walk through them untouched inside. Peale's closing truth echoes through time. Change your thoughts, and you change your world. But that's not a slogan. It's physics of the soul. Your thoughts generate energy. That energy shapes behavior. Behavior creates results. Results confirm belief. The loop tightens upward or downward depending on what you feed it. So the question isn't whether the power of positive thinking works, it's whether you're brave enough to test it when everything goes wrong. Because positivity isn't pretending, it's persisting. And sometimes the most positive thought in the world is, I'm not giving up today.